Can we all agree that it's a cold world out here? And right now they got the NFL Combine is going to start up later on this week. And there's been some reports that's been put out. There's been some one-liners, boy, that's been a little gut-wrenching, boy. I mean, it's like, just poke them one time. It's kind of like trying to dash somebody's dreams as far as what they're looking to accomplish, after all of the hard work that they put in or, that they felt that they put in, playing a sport that they love to play. And they got to be real with you. Sometimes, hearing certain things come from certain people, if you don't have that belief within yourself, you don't have that tough skin, you got to have that tough skin on the field as well as off the field, it can become a little bit much for you. But I got to be honest with you. I believe this young man will go up the ladder. I understand that he's going to find the necessary traction to get himself to where he's looking to go. And he has to understand, as he go up the ladder, he got to start shaking some of this stuff off and not let it get under his skin. Everything doesn't need a response. Everything doesn't need a response. But guys, I'm going to tell you, we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk about this young man and get into exactly what I'm talking about. Because this is another episode of Blow the Whistle with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. Listen, this is a different show that's on the Tomorrow Leader Sports Network platform. So you're still dealing with your favorite coach, Coach Walker. So make sure you tune in, tap in, tell a friend, and come on. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. But guys, Coach will go ahead and get on in this thing because it's Tuesday. The NFL Combine is just a couple of days away. You're going to start having people coming in. I think they're going to start the Combine. What is it on? Is it on Thursday? Thursday, I think it's going to go through till Sunday. And one of the funny things that I did see come across the timeline was will Travis Hunter compete both in the defensive backs as well as the wide receivers drills in the Combine. I mean, they're opening up for him to go ahead and get out there and do his thing. So that's going to be something interesting to see how that goes down. I would like to see it happen since he's been playing both sides of the ball for as long as he's been doing. Then again, maybe his representation is saying, hey, we don't really want to put all that stress on him right off the rip. He understands what's going on. The teams that's looking to get him, they got play. They have a plan in place for this young man that, they don't really need to go into. And I get it, too, if you decide, hey, you know what, I don't want to do that. I'll do defensive back here and then do the running backs. Not the running back, the wide receivers at my pro day at Colorado. So we'll see how all of this is going to go. But the young man I got to talk about Shilo Sanders. This young man didn't get invited to the Combine, and for the life of me, I'm still trying to understand why he didn't go. Why did he get the invite? But then when I looked at it on the back end, there's a couple of other players from Colorado that got an opportunity to go. So maybe, just maybe, that's a blessing in disguise for Shilo. And I'm gonna tell you why. Looking at everything that he's been doing, because like I stated, as of late, he's been a little bit more on social media as far as putting up his videos, letting everybody know exactly what he's doing to get prepared for his pro day. And I got to salute the young man. I think the last time I did something on him, I did a short talking about the injury that he had before the season started. We're not going to get back into all of that. If y'all want to check it out, the short is still up. Y'all go over there and check that out. But I'm waiting to see what that 40 time is going to be, because now he has me intrigued, because he had the guy there that does the 40 time at the Combine, as far as, when the guys move, when they hand off their hand movement, that light turn green, that means it's a go. You got to come up out there, shoot and go. I will say it was kind of funny looking at Shilo and the coach over at Colorado, how they were interacting when he's talking about, their first 10. We know Shilo is fast. There is no question about that. The young man can get up and put him down out there on the field with the best of them. I just want to see this young man run the time that he's looking to run, to go ahead and shut up a couple of dollars as far as from that standpoint, what he can do. I mean, nobody's questioning his speed. It's his ability to get out there on the field and do the things necessary for him to be successful, as well as not re-injuring himself. Now, this article that I saw, I get where I'm going to talk about this. I have to talk about this article because listening to Shilo talk about folks saying that they're hating on him. That was a hate piece. That was flat out a hate piece where somebody wrote saying that he needs to consider following his oldest brother's footsteps and picking up a camera. Well, gotta be real with you. Bucky wasn't no slouch playing football either. Let's keep that. Let's be real about that. Bucky was returning them kicks for was at SMU. He was out there putting in work out there on the field. For some strange reason, I guess the young man decided he didn't want to play anymore. That's a story that he will have to tell and let the world know what his reasons were for why he decided he didn't want to continue on playing collegiate football, as well as having an opportunity to go to the pro. We got to be honest with what's going on. A lot of folks want to talk about what Shilo Sanders is not able to do out there on the field. I've been one. I'm going to raise my hand right now. I've been one where I talked about his tackling skills, as well as, from time to time. I really haven't gotten on him about covering, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, because a lot of folks have been just killing him with the covering of receivers out there on the field, especially with the film that came out there during the Shrine Game practices. I mean, not the East West Shrine Game practices, where they talk about, man, look at him, he out there getting cooked. Let's be honest. We got to be honest now. Your favorite defensive backs, many of you out there got a favorite defensive backs on a lot of these NFL teams. They're not able to get out there and cover the manner in which they're able to cover, or some of them are a little bit dumpster juice personified as far as when it comes to their covering, because guess what? They didn't see no elite quarterback out there on the field throwing passes week in and week out. You got defensive backs that are not playing up against elite quarterbacks week in and week out. Let's be real here, guys. There wasn't any real elite quarterbacks in the Pac-12. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Let's call it what it is, okay? And I was looking at this article was written in 2019. In fact, and it stated, in fact, most DBs never see a professional quality quarterback. Even the guys who play at the big schools. Last year, which was in 2018, 13 college quarterbacks were selected in the NFL. In 2017, 10 were selected. In 2016, it was 15. The year before, it was 7. That makes 45 quarterbacks selected in the past 4 drafts. Of those 45, only 13 have become NFL starters. The odds that a defensive back played against a future starting NFL quarterback while in college then are slim. To get a feel for the quarterbacks, a typical college DB does face. Let's examine last year's first-round pick for the Steelers, and they did Terrell Edmonds, who played for ACC school, Virginia Tech. And they talk about his 2 seasons as a starter. Edmonds faced the following QBs: Stephon Masha, Josh Dobbs, Blake LaRussa, Daniel Jones, Ian Book, Nathan Elliott, Tobias Oliver, Anthony Brown, Kenny Pickett, N'Kosi Perry, Bryce Perkins, Isaiah Green, Hayden Moore. And then he went back to 2017, where they stated that Will Greer, Joe Walker, Gardner Minshew, Stephen Williams, Kelly Bryant, Anthony Brown, Chas Surratt, Jones again, Malik Rozier, Taquan Marshall, Pickett again, Kurt Benkert, Mason Rudolph. Guys, all of these guys here, they call them obscure quarterbacks. They're obscure passes. And you have to be honest as far as what you're seeing out there on the field. Sanders averaged, 67 tackles over the past 2 seasons. Funny fact here, Sanders sat out 3 games this past season and was still 3rd on the team in tackling. What does that tell you? The young man is putting in work as far as what they're requiring for him to do. Now, will he need to go to a system as far as a system that's going to be beneficial to his play? Possibly. I do want to see him work on his coverage skills, which I believe they will work on him on that. One thing that I do want to see from him, and it's just my own observation as far as what he has going on, because a lot of folks, let's be real here. I'm not going to say a lot of folks. Let's just be honest with one another. We've kicked these kids back in and week out when it comes to their play on the field. I know I've been a little hard on I've been a little harsher on people than what I normally am. And I'm looking at it from this standpoint. When you see good in people, you want to see it come out of them. And in this instance, I like this young man because of the bravado that he brings out there in the field. He kind of reminds me of a Bob Sanders / what's the young man's name that played for the Commanders? Sean Taylor as well as Bob Sanders as far as with his play. He got a little bit of that Sean Taylor in him when he comes downhill and he's just dropping that boom on folks, letting them know he's there, trying to shake them up. As far as shake them up from the standpoint of getting that mental edge on them, letting them know, hey, look, you come back in here again, I'm going to bust your ass again. Don't come back this way if you don't want this smoke. And that's the type of time you want to see them type of defensive backs put that on people. Matter of fact, I was watching some film the other day when Ray Lewis was just out there clocking folks. And I mean, them cats, you know, the story that Chad Ochocinco had, you know, tell about him. He said, what did he say? I ran into Ray Lewis by accident. You absolutely did, because you came across that middle and thought you was gonna block Ray Lewis, and he made your behind. He punished you for it. Not only that, but I mean, Ray Lewis was punishing all type of daggone receivers out there on the field, week in and week out, and that's something that you see a little bit of in Shilo. But I would like to see him just dial it back a little bit, because you want to have longevity in the NFL. If that's not something that you're looking to do, okay, fine, understand that, and you're going to play the way you feel deemed necessary. But I will say this: injuries. You got to make sure that you keep yourself together as far as with the injuries, because those injuries can start mounting up. I mean, yes, you lowering the boom on folks, and you know, you out there, you flex, you doing your thing, and would not let anybody know you here. I'm with you on that, but again, them fines gonna come with that too. So if you want to keep the money in your pocket, you might want to curve it just a little bit and just accept the criticism that you may receive from your coaching staff as far as what it is that they're looking for you to do. I understand you got a Hall of Fame father that has been in your ear, coaching you and trying to get you to where you need to go for all these years. But now it's going to come the time, unless he's coming to coach y'all in the NFL, you're going to have to follow suit on what somebody else is telling you to do, which I believe you can do. As I stated before, there's defensive backs that are currently in the NFL that cannot cover. So, I mean, for everybody to come jump on Shilo Sanders, if he can't get this done, I'm like, let's give a young man a chance to see what he can do. I honestly believe this young man can get out there and make it happen. I want to see him buckle down, study the playbook as far as what's required, and handle business. He do that, I think this young man's gonna be lights out, and he's gonna be a steal for somebody in the draft. Again, as I stated before, this young man has balled out, averaging he was averaging 30 tackles per game while at Jackson State, like 30, 35 tackles per season at Jackson State. I said per game the first time, I apologize. When he went to Colorado, that doubled, in which the young man was averaging 65 to 67 tackles per season. So you got to understand, this young man is more than capable of getting out there and making this thing happen. So now it's on him. Take advantage of, you're not going to the combine. Take all of that frustration that you got in that, bottle that up and give it to them on your pro day, and let them know that you're here to showcase your talent and kick ass. That's what you need to do. Get out there, kick ass on your pro day, and let them know, hey man, you here. You are here. Do everything that's required of you to do. Make sure you're following the instructions and making everything happen the way you need it to happen. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. I wish Shilo Sanders the best of luck. I just wanted to cover this because I just keep seeing these articles, man. I'm like, I get it. I get, you know, folks want to go ahead and throw that last shot at Coach Prime, let them know, hey, listen, you know, you didn't get your son together, get him prepared for him to get out here and play on this level. And I'm going to be real with you. I kind of wish Coach Prime would have pushed him a little bit more as far as building him up like how Shador has been built up to the media. Yes, the women love the long ball, but guess what? You got some women out there love some head crackers too, and they go sit there and they go cheer. They, I love to see y'all the headache game. Hey, they gonna be loving on them. So y'all better understand exactly what's going on, and let's get this young man prepared, ready to go. Help him understand what's happening. And any of the vets out there that, you know, the program that he come into, the organization that he comes to, put the young man up underneath your shoulder and give him a little tough love when you need to, but make sure he gets, you know, he goes that right direction to get to where he's trying to go. I just want to see the young man succeed. That's the reason why I did this show for y'all this evening. Coach, we'll go ahead and get up on out this thing. Y'all know this is another episode of Blow the Whistle with your host, Coach Walker. Until next time, peace.